Let me tell you something. Most people won't admit. The first $100,000 isn't just a financial milestone. It's a mental war. It's a test of patience, discipline, and the strength to keep going when nothing around you validates your efforts. And if you're on that journey right now, feeling stuck, feeling frustrated, feeling like everyone else has a map and you're lost in the dark, this story is for you, because the road to $100,000 is the hardest road you'll ever walk. Not the road to $1 million, not the road to 10 million, just the first 100,000. And here's the cruel truth. No one ever tells you that it's not money that's the hardest part. It's you, your mind, your habits, your doubts, the invisible battles you fight every single day. What about the lie you have made? You were sold the notion that success is hard work. Work hard, they said. Stay consistent, they said. Hold your head down and it will occur in time. In theory, it is easy, common sense, and just. However, when you are hoping to make your first $100,000, reality sets in. The working hours are interminable, the outcomes are disappointingly low, you doubt your decisions on a daily basis, you spend weekends, social events, and even time with loved ones just to win the tiniest battles, which are nearly insulting. One week, you earn $200, the next, you make a loss of $300. You get a customer who appears great and goes. You rejoice at an insignificant triumph, and an even greater one follows. And those times when all disappointments happen, and that question that is so dangerous comes in, is it even worth it? And the scariest part? The majority of them respond to the question with no and give up just before all things begin to fall into place. Why $100,000 is different? This is the bad reality. $100,000 is not just money, it's proof. Evidence of completion of what you started. Evidence that you can make a difference in the world. Evidence that you do not have to fall apart when faced with uncertainty, self-doubt, and rejection. You only have hope before you reach such a milestone. Hope is fragile. Hope doesn't pay bills. The voice in your head that is telling you, maybe this is not your world, is not silenced by hope. At 100K, that is when your dreams start to come true. It is also the place where you are the weakest, since you have not yet acquired leverage, momentum, or credibility. You are struggling to maintain some sanity, to have belief, to have evidence that you can do more than just survive. And the majority fail in this step most of the time, since they fail to realize that it is not about money, it is about getting to be a person who is capable of making money continuously. The invisible work. Nobody applauds the invisible work. No one ever rejoices when you spend the night staring at the ceiling with no sleep, since you are stressed about the bills, the clients, or opportunities that are yet to materialize. No one applauds the mornings that you get up, struggling out of bed, feeling tired, not knowing whether what you are doing is significant. No one recognizes the hundreds of little chores, experiments, failures, and tries, preceding that first success that can be seen. But it is all of that invisible work that forms the basis. All the errors that you commit, all the instances when you do not perform perfectly, all the clumsy moments, all the clients that you lose, all the money that you do not make, all this is a part of the process. It is that invisible grind that trains your judgment, sharpens your skill, and teaches you the pattern of what works and what does not. And the frustrating part, it doesn't pay immediately. That's why it feels pointless. But give it up now, and you will never have seen the leveraging and power of work. The identity shift, here's where the journey gets brutally uncomfortable. The one who began this journey is the one who will not be the same when he or she completes the journey. That you are not prepared to make it through the first $100,000. You will have to drop bad habits, old beliefs, and comfort zones without even knowing their existence retarded you. No, motivation will not bring you here. Talent alone won't do it. Hustle alone is not enough. Now what is required of you is discipline, systems, emotional control, the power to appear daily even when it is dull and monotonous, and you do not seem to be doing anything much. The reason why it takes $100,000 to be made is that it is made not by spurts of excitement, but by hundreds of days of pain and agony of doing the right thing. It is founded upon toleration of delayed gratification, pushing forward when nobody is applauding, nobody observing, nobody trusting in you. The comparison trap, this is where most people break. You open social media, you scroll. Somebody of your age has purchased a house. A man of a younger age has just reached 6 figures. It is a person with much worse abilities who lives the dream you have, and then suddenly you feel that nothing you are making is important. However, this is the truth. You are not lagging. You're just early. You are at the stage of learning, exploring and failing, forming invisible stalemates that people did not have to make or made quietly. What you see is their results, not their process. And when you judge yourself against things you did without knowing the effort that went into it, you are preconditioning frustration, making hasty decisions, and shortchanging yourself, which is likely to kill your momentum. When there is no guarantee of anything before $100,000, nothing feels stable. Your wealth is up and down. Your confidence varies even further. It is a roller coaster ride to your self-belief, which has been alternating between optimism and despair within a few days. 1 week of good performance leaves you feeling invincible. It takes 1 bad week to make you doubt everything you have ever done, and the emotions are tiresome. The majority of people are not fearful of failure. They fear pouring their heart, soul, and sanity into something and still fail to make it. That is the reason why it is safer to quit. But persistence tests your soul. It puts you right in the path of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. And this is the reality. When you manage to make it through this step, when you can continue the journey when the road is closed, and the consequences are trivial, you will get something much more precious than money, a sense of strength. The time when you stop noticing it is anticlimactic when you finally reach $100,000. There are no fireworks, no dramatic music, no movie moment I made it. It's quiet. One day you wake up and you are thinking, but this is really working. Your choices are crisper, your confidence firmer, your strength more relaxed. You have been through the hard yards. You have the lessons that you can never see. And you have come to realize that you can go through chaos and uncertainty without falling. This scene is delicate, yet a strong one. It is when you realize that you have gone up in more than just cash, but mental ability and confidence in yourself. And it is also the time when the journey begins to become a little bit easier, and it is not because life finally becomes simpler, but because you have become such a person who can deal with it. Why it gets easier after the real reason it feels easier after $100,000 isn't just momentum, confidence, or experience, it's compound interest taking over. This is when your money begins to work for you, quietly multiplying over time. Before $100,000, you're trading hours for dollars. Every gain requires your direct effort, your energy, your time. But once you hit $100,000, the rules change. The money you've earned and saved begins to generate its own growth. Interest on investments compounds, profits reinvest themselves, and small wins snowball into larger ones. This compounding effect transforms your financial reality. Dollars you once earned through work start producing more dollars on their own. It's no longer just about hustling. It's about setting up systems where your wealth grows independently. Every decision, every investment, and every habit you built before $100,000 now magnifies. The grind remains important, but the engine of compound interest is what truly accelerates your journey. What once required massive effort now gains speed on its own, making each step forward easier than the last. This is why $100,000 is the tipping point. It's not just a milestone, it's the moment when your money starts working for you, and the exponential growth of your wealth begins to change the game entirely. What $100,000 really gives you $100,000 doesn't just give you money, it provides self-respect, patience, standards, and vision. It changes the way you think. Instead of asking, "Can I do this?" you ask, "How can I do this better?" It helps you to have the courage to take more risks since at this point you know that failure is not terminal. You are aware that you can reconstruct, change, and evolve. And it is that state of mind more than anything which will bring you to your first million, your first empire, or whatever you can dream of. Money is merely a product of that change. It is about what you are in the end that matters. If you're still in it, well, then you just stay in it. You're exhausted, you are aggravated, you think nobody sees you. That is good. That is to say that you are where you are supposed to be. Failure is not the most difficult aspect. The biggest challenge is to keep going when success is yet to be realized. And when you are also able to pass this stage, when you can endure silently, patiently, steadfastly, the next book is yours. You will come out stronger, wiser, and prepared to take on the bigger challenges that the $100,000 alone cannot impart to you. So keep this in mind, this is the path towards $100,000 when you are made. The majority of the people backtrack, not because they are unable to make it, but because they do not know that struggle is the process. Stay. Keep building. Keep showing up. Never give up on believing, even when no one believes. You are farther than you believe, and the marker that you are trying to reach is not money alone. It is the demonstration that you can make, live, and prosper, and that evidence will remain with you indefinitely. If you're feeling motivated, hit subscribe for more growth tips. Like this video if you're with me, and comment below, what's one thing you'll do today to level up? Let's crush it.